of People's Republic of China, the head of delegation, Mr. Chen Yushu, honorable delegation members, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you. It's my pleasure to be here today to outline to you the Fijian government's and in particular the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Tourism's policy on enabling and assisting investors like yourselves and providing appropriate facilitation to realize your investment. As stated by the Honorable Minister in his welcome address, that investments in Fiji make up 25% of the GDP. In 2015, the private sector investment comprised 20.9% of the GDP, which shows increasing confidence in both domestic and foreign investors in Fiji. We want to grow this as a government. The ministry has a target of increasing investments to 30% of the GDP and the private sector investments by 25% of the GDP by the year 2020. Investments, of course, are a key focal area for the Fijian government because investments generate economic activity and growth. This includes the development of new modern industries, infrastructure, and creation of sustainable employment. The country as a whole gains new services and businesses, including creation of auxiliary services and new supply chain. Investment also provides the impetus for the development of sustainable technology and knowledge transfer. Is on both local and foreign investments. Whilst local investments may generate employment and growth, foreign investments are needed for expansion into new sectors and new areas of activities which will diversify and expand our economic base. The government's trade and investment objectives are guided by the Fijian Trade Policy Framework and the Green Growth Framework, as was noted by the Honourable Minister. The Green Growth Framework establishes an economic model in which sustainable use of our resources is paramount, whilst the Fijian Trade Policy Framework lays out a comprehensive course of action to consolidate the Fijian economy as an internationally competitive hub for trade and investment.
而斐济贸易宽进一步增加投资与贸易发展。
In the past, most of the Chinese investments were concentrated in the services, wholesale and retail sectors. However, over the course of this seminar today, you will get to hear from presenters and also have one-on-one discussions on the multiple opportunities that are available for foreign investors in Fiji. Some of these sectors include agriculture and agro-processing, particularly in organic agriculture, farming and animal husbandry, including dairy.
其中包括
all the advantages to provide back office support to international businesses in IT, other business processing solutions with well-qualified, skilled, English-speaking young workforce. Fiji is also a regional hub for light manufacturing, a sector which supplies a number of products to the Pacific Island countries, also Australia and New Zealand. In the tourism sector, opportunity exists in sustainable tourism and ecotourism, and our vibrant film sector has already generated a very successful Chinese production, Where Are We Going There, as the Minister noted. Ladies and gentlemen, there are many more opportunities. To facilitate your investment, Investment Fiji is the focal point for all foreign investors. To obtain a foreign investment registration certificate, as a registered investor, you will be accorded similar treatment to what is provided to a domestic investor. That is, you will be required to comply with the same requirements to establish a business as a local investor. Furthermore, the government and the ministry has established a high-level committee comprising of permanent secretaries, who are the head of ministries, and CEOs and directors of key investment approval agencies. The Foreign Direct Investment FDI Committee is a Fijian government initiative to fast-track approvals for key investments that are facing problems at any stage of approvals. This is a high-level decision-making body that ensures genuine investments with significant economic impact are facilitated, provided the project meets all legal requirements. Ladies and gentlemen, the Fijian government has announced and implemented a number of incentives to promote investments such as tax-free regions, streamlined corporate and income taxes, duty-free imports of equipment and machineries used as input or investment, to name a few. In addition to the above-mentioned incentives, the government is fully committing to encouraging greater diversification of the Fijian economy and creating new pillars of growth so that we are not overly reliant on one or two sectors. We have a strong manufacturing base, a world-class ICT connectivity combined with a young and talented workforce. Therefore, it is important that we attract high-value investments in these sectors to take advantage of the various incentives that have been provided. One such incentive that was announced by the Honourable Finance Minister in the 2016-2017 National Budget is the Services and Manufacturing Zone in the Western Division of Fiji.
根据我们明年的财政预算报告，将在西部地区设立一个服务和制造业的特区。
The zone will combine a world-class infrastructure and connectivity with plug-and-play facilities and necessary support services suitable for light manufacturing activities, not to mention support for ICT-related operations such as business process outsourcing and call centers. To attract specialized investments in the manufacturing and services, the government will also be developing tailor-made investment incentives packages for this zone. Ladies and gentlemen, Fiji is strategically located in the Pacific as the center of the hub of the region, which provides the best connectivity both through air and sea, as well as advanced communication technology and a well-established manufacturing base.
女士们、先生们，
Fiji provides an ideal location for Chinese investors to establish a base or a regional headquarters and trade within the region or export to international market or to China. In order to further bolster trade and investment between the two countries, Fiji and China are undertaking a joint feasibility study on the possibility of establishing a trade arrangement between the two countries.
为了进一步促进两国的投资贸易，
In terms of tourism, the ministry is developing a tourism development plan that will guide overall investments in the tourism sectors. There are a number of opportunities available for investment in the accommodation and tourism related activities. A recent example of successful venture of Chinese origin, investment of Chinese origin in Fiji has been facilitated by the ministry is the Guangdong Silk Road Arc Hotel project, which is expected to be launched soon.
其中一个成功会很快会。
Ladies and gentlemen, members of the delegation, in conclusion, your presence in Fiji is timely. The Fijian government is committed to growing our bilateral trade and investment. In this regard, pro-investment and pro-growth policies have been announced and have been implemented. At the same time, measures have been taken to expedite the process of establishing investments and businesses.
最后，
I find this mission, your visit, and the seminar very fruitful and profitable, and I look forward to having more discussions with you to bring your proposals and ideas into fruition. Thank you very much.